Imagine, the current president has a sculpture of themselves with a huge bald eagle on their shoulder, a religious pin, highly decorated military medals. They're telling you something about themselves. They're telling you who they are, what they're about, and what they've done. Augustus, I bring that up because Emperor Augustus, the first emperor of the Roman Empire, did that. As the Journal of Art and Architecture Studies addressed in the article Art and Architecture as Tools of Propaganda, mentioned throughout history that the deliberate use of selected imagery to further political narrative by visually conveying messages. Augustus Prima Porta exemplifies this. This sculpture shows how impactful imagery can be when establishing a political narrative. I personally have an incredible interest in the Greco-Roman era, mainly because I find them so influential, and especially how much they've impacted our government. As an art history major, I've studied the sculpture in many courses due to its significance. Dr. Julia Fisher wrote an article for Smart History, basically breaking down the key features of this sculpture, and I plan to kind of follow in that model, starting with the overall composition. As can be seen here, he is addressing the audience, stepping forward with a relaxed back leg and a natural position, relaxed but confident. In an article written by Michael Squire for the Association of Art Historians, he draws attention to the fact that this is the contrapposto position, created, and masterfully so, by the high classical Greek period, highly influential era. So influential, the Romans love everything Greek. That was the peak of Rome, peak of the Greeks. This was done intentional to be in this position because Augustus is pointing out that he is bringing the peak of Rome, stepping forward, bringing that high classical era with him. Moving then further into the face, his appearance, his likeness. He is portrayed much more youthful than he is at the time this was commissioned. This was done deliberately so. Dr. Beth Harris and Dr. Steven Zucker, in a video for Smart History, discussed the importance of this decision. Not only is it again referencing the high classical Greek era and the idealization of perfection in the physical form, showing he's also a perfect ruler, it's also marking the change of leadership. Because before him, the Roman Republic, how they signified justification of leadership was through age and wisdom, using highly realized portraits showing every wrinkle, every sign of age possible. He's doing the exact opposite, and this is intentional. He is showing, hey, I am different. I am not like them. You will recognize the difference in time, the new leadership. Falling down from the face to the breastplate, we see the narrative that Augustus establishes for his justification of power. Drawing attention to the central figures, here we see the personification of Rome. Also, in a sense, Augustus being handed a standard. This marks an important event in his military career. According to Squire, the event took place in 20 BC with the conquering of the Parthians. Now, that is incredibly impressive and a well mark on his resume because the Parthians during the Roman Republic were defeating the Romans. They had victory. So this symbolization, when he conquered them and getting back the standards for Rome, he is bringing victory back to the Romans. You can also see surrounded He is surrounded by deities, notably Apollo, and then above are the gods and goddesses associated with the sky, also representing the heavens looking down. He is not only militarily effective as a leader, but he is ordained by the gods themselves. Moving down to the legs, we see the figure of Cupid riding a dolphin, grasping at the legs of Augustus. This is incredibly significant because according to the 1986 Illustrated Dictionary of Greek and Roman Mythology written by Michael Stapleton, the Cupid is the son of Aphrodite or Venus, and the dolphin also is another call to Aphrodite or Venus, being born from the sea. This is important because Augustus claims to have lineage to Aeneas, who is the son of Aphrodite and was of Trojan royal house. So not only is he ordained by the gods, militarily efficient and effective and notable, he has a divine birthright to his rule for power. All that said in one sculpture, with the use of powerful imagery, conveyed everything that needs to be known about him and who he is and why he should be where he is for everyone to see. This is an incredibly effective strategy. It's so effective, it's still used today. We use it in our political campaigns, the use of imagery and designs in our posters. For example, in the 2008 election with Obama, the infamous Obama Hope poster created by Shepard Farley. Here we can get multiple messages from one image, notably hope, that's what he's bringing. And we also see he is confidently looking out into the future, knowing he's bringing hope, and he's confident that he's bringing that into the president election. Also notably, the colors. He is bathed in red, white, and blue. This is on purpose. He is the first African American president, but he is notably noticing that he is calling attention to that what matters is patriotism, the American. He is red, white, and blue through and through. Race does not matter. However, he is also calling attention to this change in age, to this era, to this accomplishment, that there's a new wave entering the establishment with his pen. Notice it's patriotic, it's American, but it's unique, it's abstracted, it's stylized, pointing that he is bringing something new. All that conveyed with an image. Images mean something. They are significant and they can be powerful. I ask, in a world surrounded by political imagery, that you give it a second look, that you think, what is being conveyed here? Because each component of that image is trying to tell you something. They're wanting you to know something about them, what they're doing, or who they are. Thank you.